Hey, my name's Kyle. I've chopped apart someone else's Camaro, and let's see if I can put it back together because it's a little terrifying. All right, we're back at the Camaro. I want to drop the leaf springs off the back here and just kind of let them hang, and then I'm going to just put the back half of these frame rails in. That's kind of the plan right now. And that's what we're gonna do. So, let's go along for the ride if you're here. Okay, there we go. So my idea is measure from here back. See, yep, so where it starts to curve down, this is a fairly straight piece. Do it 21 inches here, gives me a little bit of room before the bend. And I got these 67 frame rails that I was going to use for my car, but I'll just order another set for them. I'll take the same 21 inches out the back and then square it all up on there to weld it. I have a buddy with a 69 Camaro, so I'm going to go and take some measurements off the trunk floor from here down to the trunk floor to give me a rough idea where it should be sitting, and then I'll just tack it in for now and get everything square and then weld it up solid afterwards. You see me? Is my head in this? Doesn't look like it. Okay. Definitely the same day. I didn't get distracted and do something else. Don't even question it. Nothing has changed. It's last time I turned the camera on was 2 minutes ago. No, I did get distracted. I painted a set of stairs for a customer. Nice quick job. Get some money flowing in the shop. But yeah, so this is my plan. Frame rails are pooched on the back half. This one's also got a split in the middle, but I'll weld that up. So, because they're different and it's got frame connectors in, 69 and 68, the driver's side frame rail has a spot for the shock because they're staggered on those years, and 69 or 67, both the shocks are on the front. Are they both on the front of this? No, this one's on the back, this one's on the front. And yeah, so frame rail is different. So what I'm going to do is there's a nice straight section here. So I measured from the farthest tip out, same as on this one. 21 inches is pretty much the straight piece before it starts to turn and kink down. And that'll give me a nice clean chunk for in here, 21 inches. So I marked it on there with black Sharpie on a black frame rail, so you guys won't be able to see that, but I can. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just cut through the top, and then I'll flip it over once I see the cuts. I'll square it off with the rest of it as good as I can. That's not too perfect. I can adjust it and fill it with welds a little bit if there needs to be a gap, or it's not the end of the world. But yeah, that's the plan. So I'm going to cut that. Oh, I got a new grinder. It's cheap too. New grinder. Little, it is like $90. It's got a flat wheel kind of, so it doesn't stay on and saw into your chest. Yeah, I like how small it is, so we'll see. This is an official review. Nikita. Of course, I've already bent the plug. I'm probably going to take this guard off. It says it's a 4.5, but the 5-inch wheels do just barely squeeze in there, so there you go. So I got the little vessel square, I just adjust it down so it just barely fits in there. Let's see. Connect. So going square off the bottom here, they didn't quite line up, but as long as I do the same thing on this frame rail, it should be fine. So, and honestly, it's only gonna get me in the ballpark anyways. Review on the grinder is it cuts. You can feel it's lacking a little bit of power, but not bad. Alright, so I put a square on here. So that should be fairly square across. So I just flipped it upside down, set it on there where I wanted it. Now I got the line for on top of the frame rail. Swing around here. Oh, do not cover the camera. So I'm going to do the same thing again, cut across the top of the frame rail. Alright, my cut wasn't perfect, it's got a little bit of a gap at the bottom. But like I said, that's okay, we can adjust that, build a weld, just clean it up. Tack there. Hey, Finny! Look at the good boy! Oh, wow! Good boy. It's cold out there. Alright, look at what. See, that 1/4 inch really brought it in. So when I cut that, it should bring it back out. One nice thing about doing this side, if you can see it, or maybe you can now, these are pretty much flush. So when I cut this off, as long as I get it the same as this, it should be good. Alright, I'm gonna, let's roll over there. Let's roll one. It's tricky because you look how big this monstrosity is that they had in there. It's a little tricky to get it to look right because this one came way down. All right, what I do? Oh, I got the frame rails tacked into place. I don't want to weld them out completely because I may have to cut them and adjust them a little bit under there, so just saves work if that happens. Got all the sheet metal all cut back to be able to drop the trunk pan in. Still got some little chunks up top. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to prep the tops. Anywhere where there's going to be weld, I'm going to get it to bare metal and kind of get rid of any of the little surface rust in between. And I got to knock away some thicker metal here. Some little jagged pieces, I'll just grind off that, try and get it all flat. try and stop anything from interfering with dropping the trunk pan in. I've got big, like, it's been a brazed in patch, so I got all that sitting there, but hopefully it'll just kind of push to the side a little bit, or I don't know, we'll see. I'm probably, because of how patched up this is, again, I was tempted to replace the whole tubs, but we're already doing more, so I don't want to keep adding more to a project for the owner of the car. But yeah, I think I might, I don't know, we'll see what I do there. I'm not sure yet. And yeah, so I'm just going to clean it up with these fiber wheels, knock off any hunks with the grinding wheel, and then we'll go from there. Where's my earbuds? When you're grinding, you're supposed to grind off the edge so it doesn't catch. But there's so many little jagged pieces of metal in there. There's only so much you can do, so it gets a little violent. Let's switch to an 80, just because the majority of the heavy metal's off, except for that piece. I haven't hit that yet. Might get a big grinder for that. And then I got a new strip disc. So I like using these little tiny arbors when these discs get down low. That way you can use all of them because they're so friggin' expensive. But you need a bigger back on to begin with, because like that other one, you'll just knock off the plastic screw piece and then it's garbage. So hopefully that doesn't. There's a little bit of a tight spot on there with some chunks of the spot weld still, so I just switched that small arbor and a little 2-inch wheel. Yeah, so now I'm going to try and fit the trunk pan. I think, depending on time, I also have to flip those stairs around, or they're stringers for stairs, and epoxy the other side before I leave tonight. So if we'll see what I'm doing next. I don't know. Gotta check the time. Alright, this is the problem of being a one-man show here. I just keep getting pulled away from stuff, and and I got a little bit of stuff done on some other projects, but got pulled away from this again. So I test fit the trunk pan, and I can't get it in past the frame rails and these trunk supports here, like the filler panel supports or hinge supports, whatever you want to call them. So I was gonna cut the frame rails back out where I originally put them in, but I don't want to cut them there and then realize further in, oh, I can't get them past any further. So I'm actually gonna cut them further back and put the frame rail in, clamp it into the rough tubs, get them welded across the front, get the package tray supports welded in, and then that's kind of where it's sitting. I don't necessarily mind that I keep getting pulled away from the job, because I'm still waiting on the inner tail pan here. So that should be arriving any day now, so it's kind of time to get going on it. And yeah, so it's planned. Also, I made up some little pieces. I'm just gonna cut that steel right out up there. It's kind of all jagged from the air chisel, so I'm just gonna cut it out perfectly and just weld it, like butt weld it right in, fill it all back in with new steel, rather than try and patch away on the jagged stuff. But yeah, that's the plan. I just pull that frame or the fuel line away from the frame, and then cut it up further back and try and fit that trunk pan in. So that's what we're gonna do. Get my. I'm actually pretty pleased with this Milwaukee grinder. I notice it doesn't spin. No, it's not Milwaukee. This one's Makita. I notice it doesn't spin quite as fast as the Milwaukee one I was using. I also noticed that the discs are lasting a little bit longer. So if I can get away with using the cheaper discs, then that's a bonus. And it was only 90 bucks Canadian, I think. So. Yeah, to do sheet metal work, this is a must, rather than drilling holes. Obviously, welding non-stop like on a sheet metal is not ideal, especially on the outside of the grind. Don't do it because you'll warp it. Inside of something like this, it really doesn't matter. There's so many bends, it's pretty stiff, it's not going to warp that much anyways, and even if it does, it doesn't really matter. Alright, test fit the trunk, bring it back when I'm doing that, but it's gonna take a second to grab everything, so there we go. Okay, so as you can see behind me, that I got the tail pan in. The car's pretty much ready for primer now, but I'm going to cut the video here because I'm realizing that the long videos of just a lot of cutting metal and stuff like that aren't doing that good on YouTube. So I'm going to cut it here. I think where we're at is I've got the I'm trying to fit the trunk pan. The wouldn't fit with the frame rails welded in. I had to cut the frame rails back out. I've got the trunk pan back in now, and we're gonna leave it here. So it'll be a little bit of a shorter video, and then the next video will be welding everything back into place. And yeah, so if you haven't seen the first video, you check it out. It's a little bit of a long one, but check it out. Subscribe to the channel, and yeah, I also comment what you're thinking of the videos. I could use some help on what people are thinking, or too long, or add music to it, or if the tools are too loud in a couple sections. Write in the comments what you like, what you don't like. That'd really help me out. Thank you. All right, see you in the next one.